What's up, good people, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I am your host, Comedian 96, along with Freddie G, K Money, and Slash. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men, and welcome to Black Friday. Before we get into our topic for today, I need everybody that's on YouTube to go out and subscribe. Click on the like button. If you're on Twitter, follow us at 52 Scott Podcast, and on IG and Facebook at the 52 Scott Podcast. What's up, people, and welcome to another edition of Black Friday. Today, we're going to talk about some inventors, past and present, black inventors that you may not, or you may even know them. So, if y'all have any ones that I may miss, or y'all can think of somebody that off the top of your head, I'm talking about black inventors, let me know. Anybody that's listening, hit us up in the comments. I might miss something, and let us know. We'll talk about it on the show. So let's go. Boy, I sound like a rapper, don't I?
Nah, you don't.
Okay, man. Slash, you didn't have to agree so fast. Damn. I mean, I rhymed a little bit.
Yeah, but you don't have it.
I didn't have the J. Cole's.
Nah.
Nope.
Leave it alone.
Okay, yeah. My bad. So the Super Soaker. Super Soak that. Oh, remember that? Wale, ooh.
You know what? The man is so retarded, y'all. In person than what you're actually hearing on this show.
That's probably a true statement. But the Super Soaker. It's a Super Soaker. Lonnie. My boy Lonnie. L-Dog. Lonnie G. Johnson. 1990. He made this in 1990. Lonnie G. Johnson is an aerospace engineer, entrepreneur, and whose inventor's career includes a 12-year stint at NASA. It was originally called the Power Drencher. I know y'all remember I remember that because I remember getting one. It wasn't bigger. No, the one I got wasn't bigger than the other one because it had a big bubble. They had a big bubble of water. I only had like a little stream. It was a straight shot, but theirs was gonna soak me all day.
Yeah.
So they had almost a mini pool of water on their Super Soaker.
The smaller one.
I had the small, because I thought it was because it reaches further.
Yeah.
I figured I wasn't thinking about the amount of water
and how close they can actually get to you.
Right, because once I run out, I gotta go reload,
and they can come up on you.
Out of there.
Yeah.
Super Soaker.
You're out of there.
All right. The thermostat and the thermostat control, 1935. Fred, man, I didn't know you was an inventor. Frederick Jones. Jones is an American inventor that received the National Medal of Technology and is an inductee into the National Inventors Hall of Fame. He invented the first automatic refrigeration system for long-hauling trucks and railroad cars. So the thermostat, the thermostat on the inside of the yeah. So that was a good invention. I like that. And we just talked about the show in another. We just talked about potato chips on another show. But George Speck, I did not know. You knew that? You knew that? K Money. Yeah. George Speck was a.
Yes, sir. Didn't
know that. You know what brand he made? I don't know. I'm just asking you. I'm reading.
No, sir.
Yeah. So George Speck, aka 1853. George Speck was an American chef, a hunter. Wait a minute. He hunted and made chips? I wonder how you make chips. So anyway, he made chips, and he was noted for his culinary skills at Moon Lake House in New York City.
What about the chips, though? I mean,
yeah, he was the first chef saying that they would, after an unhappy couple returned their potatoes to the chef, they were saying the potatoes were too thick. Mm-hmm. So Speck then sliced the potatoes thin, deep fried them, and returned them to the customer.
So he was done the first potato chip.
Mm-hmm. By slicing it thin.
Yeah.
Accident, what we call them, happy accidents.
Mm-hmm.
It was a happy accident because I'm pretty sure he got rich. I would want to know his.
Well, yeah, of course.
He was the first at it.
Yeah. I hope he got his money from that, but that was a wonderful idea because, man, I tell you, chips are good, man. I like chips.
Yeah, they are. And they've expanded to a variety.
Yeah.
And that was 1853.
Yeah, that was 18.
Okay, so I want you to listen to the other inventions. The other one, the thermostat was 1935. The Super Soaker, 1990.
19 what?
90. All right, potato chips, 1853. Now, I'm going somewhere with this. The mailbox, potato chips and mailbox are two one I want. The street mailbox, the one that's in the streets when you're at the houses.
Right.
That was made by a guy named Philip Downing in 1891. Now, I hope, Freddie G, you listening to these because this is a question I want to see if you can answer.
I can't.
No. I ain't asked the question yet.
I can't.
Okay. As a solution to visiting the post office every time he wanted a mail, he wanted to just mail a regular letter. So Downing invented the first outdoor mailbox that featured hinged doors that kept the letters secure, but also kept out the rain and snow. Now, this was done in 1891. Here's my question to you, Freddie G. What kept the 1800 people not getting their inventions taken away from them? Because that was still slavery, right? What kept them not getting their what kept like a whoever their slave owner saying, "Oh boy, I see you made a mailbox. I'm gonna take that." What do you think kept them to be able to keep their invention and not getting
credit for it?
Yes, and not getting credit for it. These are 18s, and I looked at that and I'm like, because I have a lot of 19s in here. Because I'm not done, but this is a question I said, let me ask Freddie G. Maybe his analogy. He's the voice of reason. Maybe he has maybe a quick answer for it or a long answer.
I don't know offhand, but if I had to guess, I would say we will give you some land. Maybe we'll allow you to stay on this side and make you a house nigga or something. I don't know.
But
that's a good question, though. I mean,
yeah, because he still kept his name with the invention. If he was going to get it taken, they would have taken everything and taken credit for it.
Now, I just want to say this, due to that, not all black people back in those days were slaves. The North, the people, you had black people up north,
right,
that weren't slaves. They were the ones that were able to go to school and learn how to read books. So they had education. And they weren't in slavery, some of those people. Now, I'm not saying all of the black inventors came from this great place, but I'm just saying in this situation, somebody may have been not from slavery.
Right. I thought about that, man. I was like, man, I was like, these are some great inventions that I know that these is long-term money, especially the potato chip. Maybe not the mailbox. I mean, I'm pretty sure you made some money out the mailbox. But potato chips, they making all different brands, all different flavors, and he was the first to originate it. So I'm pretty sure he hit the first
mailbox. Now, like the mailboxes that you mentioned and that sits on the street, it's government. The mailboxes now are government. So some kind of way how did he get paid for that invention? Because that's owned by the government now.
Okay, well, that's the government. See, that's the one thing. Remember, we used to have in the Navy. Remember GP? It was a no name. It was a no name brand bottle. It was like it was written on. But we ordered so much of it. Who invented that? If only the Navy is buying, only the military is buying GP, they pay for the rest of their life.
Right.
Did I miss something when you asked me the question about the invention not being taken? Did I miss you giving me the answer to that because I couldn't answer it?
No, he answered it. Slash answered it. He actually hit a good point. I forgot that up north they weren't slaves.
So this guy was from up north.
Well, I'm not saying everybody was, but that's the situation.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying, Slash. But when Comedian in 96 asked me the question, I don't know the answer to that question. But you gave your logic answer a good answer, and Comedian 96 at the time, I'm trying to figure out, okay, is that the answer to his question? Because
I would say up north, the potato chips up north, New York. Okay,
this is one guy.
That's
right?
one. That's not this. Yes.
The guy. The question you asked me was,
how was he able to keep his?
How was he able to keep it back being in slavery period during the slavery
and
times?
you're speaking of one guy, right?
No, just anybody in the 18s. That's
but
why
you said,
yeah.
how was he able to keep it?
They both were he's. Both of the 18s. Remember, early in the show I said that.
So how were
1891.
they able to keep their invention?
Exactly.
Okay.
During those slavery periods.
Okay. Are they from two different places? Are they from both up north? Are they from down south? Where are they from? Because Slash gave saying that, hey, people up north, a lot of them wasn't slaves. And so, okay, I can see the logic behind that. They invented something and he wasn't slave, so he can keep what he. I can see the logic behind that. But those guys that you're mentioning of, when you're saying that because that's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to figure out where are they from. Then, what's the answer to your question for me?
That would be a good question, because most of these just some of them tells you where they're from, but most of them are just their accomplishments and not actually.
So the answer that I gave was, well, maybe offer him some land and made him. I'll make you a house. So
yeah. So both of y'all questions, it could go either way. Yeah.
So there was no
wrong answer. Yeah, there was no wrong answer.
Right.
Yeah. There was no wrong. I didn't say your answer was wrong. I
know. I
actually believed you, but then
I'm trying to find the answer because I'm listening. I'm like, okay, well, tell me the answer. So the next time I could be educated and know that. Okay, well, this is why they were able to keep their inventions back then because X, Y, and Z.
Yep. And especially this next one, the traffic light. Garrett Morgan. Yeah. He also, I think he invented something else. The smoke detector. That's right. So after watching firefighters struggle in smoke, Morgan designed a device that used a wet sponge to filter out smoke and cool the air. It was it wasn't the smoke detector. It was the gas mask.
Breathing
device. Yeah. So somebody did read that. I know I'm not lying about the smoke detector. Somebody did it. I read it. I just can't remember who it was. So yeah. So not only he did the traffic light, but he also did the your breathing device for the firefighters. Shout out! I didn't know nothing about that. This is something that I'm glad somebody invented, and I wish they would not have. Look, especially in the Navy, y'all gonna laugh at this one. Remember when we used to get our cars, and I used to buy. I don't know if y'all went through this, but I purposely bought stick shifts. Purposely, and we have a story already with a guy with a stick shift.
Yeah,
but people we purposely bought stick shifts so people wouldn't ask to borrow your car. You just can't tell nobody no to your car, right?
I bought that moment because it was cheaper than all other stuff.
And that too. At the time. But no, I bought it because I was like, everybody, you got a stick, bro? Yeah, I got a stick. All right. And they knew that I had a Ford Pro. It was a stick, so
they can't drive the stick.
They can't drive the stick. Yeah. Because it's hard to tell people. Hey, no, I can't. Especially in the military, because shipmate, they love to hit you with that shipmate. Come on, shipmate.
I tell the motherfucker no. Shit, it ain't hard for me to say no. Yeah, no.
The automatic gear shift, 1932. Richard Spikes was a Texas-born barber. He sounded like one of us. Barber, school teacher, musician, businessman, and inventor.
Yeah, he was hustling. What year was that?
1932.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that guy also invented the combination milk bottle opener and bottle cover.
Yep. Yeah.
Transmission.
Yep. Brakes, automatic braking system.
Invented a lot of stuff.
It's a milk bottle opener and bottle cover. Like old days, the bottle opener and the cover.
Yeah. All right, the clothes dryer. 1892. Damn, They had that way back then? Wow. George T. Sampson.
Yeah.
He developed the first automatic clothes dryer that used a series of suspension rods over a specifically designed stove to dry clothes. So he took a bunch of sticks, probably metal rods, put the stove, put the clothes on top of them, and let the heat hit it.
Yeah. Smart.
Inside of an enclosed area.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm sure they would smoke it though. I mean,
But no, if you can get the smoke if you can release, sort of like the barbecue pit type, well, it's still gonna be smoke.
that's what I'm saying. You can't do it with smoke. He had to have tried
Had
it.
to have some. He had to filter the air out some kind of way. The heat.
He also invented a sled propeller too.
A sled? Who?
Propeller like the sleds, the snow sleds with the propellers.
Oh yeah.
So maybe he was able to blow the smoke.
He said blow smoke with the lead propeller. I mean, I'm sorry,
Blow
man.
the smoke.
Now Slash. Now I'm more apt to believe what you said about them being up north with this guy, because the nigga down south ain't finna make no sled for the snow.
With no snow. He definitely up north.
Yep. Since we're on heat, let's go to the gas heating furnace. I don't think we even used those in 1919. This is a woman, Alice H. Parker. She is inspired by the ineffectiveness of her fireplace during a cold New Jersey winter, again, up north again. Parker invented a heating system that drew in cold air and conveyed the heat through a heat exchanger. So, okay, we don't have gas furnaces down here in Houston, and I don't think we have them down in South. That's a good invention, but that's for more colder climates areas. When I invent, I want it to be, it could be used everywhere. Something like a traffic light, like Gary Moore's, his jacket light. You know, you need that everywhere, even though they don't use it everywhere. But
And most of them people that I think that does inventions, there a lot of like this lady here, she's thinking about her situation and circumstances right at the moment. What can I do to make sure that I'm warm up in here? And so I don't think she was probably thinking way down the
line, yeah,
about if this is using gas or electric heat or whatever. So
and you got me thinking. Yeah, you got my mind twirling, because sometimes you know, people when they invent stuff, it's not even to invent. They just trying to stay warm or something like that. She could have just been playing warm, and it just.
What'd you say, K-Money?
I say a better their situation.
Yeah, it just she was just trying to do something to stay warm, and it just got hot. It could have been that situation too, because it sounded like it was more. I'm just trying to do something for my house, and now I done came up. You get what I'm saying?
I think it's a lot of inventions that have came from that type of situation, to where somebody's dealing with something at the time and they like, okay, let me figure this out because I don't like this. You know?
I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna tweak it a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take what you just did, tweak it. Now I'm gonna take your invention and run with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I have an invention in my head that ain't nobody got yet, but ain't nobody gonna try to hit me. I already called, but they was like, "We'll holler at you." For real, let me ask you. I have an invention in my head. You tell me if you think this will work, and if it comes out, y'all know I was right. You know how you do the left turn signal and the right turn signal, right? You know how when you make a U-turn, you only can make a left U-turn. Anywhere, no matter what side of the street you on, it's gonna be left. It ain't gonna never be on the right. You make a U-turn. Instead of when you do the down for left, you just go an extra down and make a U-turn, so you can let the person behind you know you're making a U-turn. So the U-turn light just goes like that, or in a circle like a U-turn when you're turning. I wanted to invent that, but nobody would take me on. What y'all think? Y'all like that invention?
it ain't gonna work because it came from your head.
Look, you at the light, not light. Sorry, you at a place where you gotta make a U-turn, and you get ready to make a left. But normally you gotta make a left to make a U-turn. Either way, you still gotta make a left, right? Instead of your left turn light, you use a U-turn light so that you could tell the person behind you you're making that U-turn, or even the person in front of you. So you got the light, instead of it just blinking, it's turning. Like it's the light that's going in a circle, so you can let that person know behind you, I am making a U-turn.
They're going to the left, though. So the left is
It doesn't matter. The person behind you see your lights, and if they see it in blinking, they know you're turning left. But if you see you,
turn up going left. They just
no, you can hear people from making that U-turn. You know that, right?
You actually told
You
us.
thinking they're gonna make that left? They'll make that U-turn. You'll hit them right there. You'll hit the tail end and make them do like a little tail spin. I've seen it before. That's why I
I
said,
understand why you ain't heard from them yet.
yeah. It didn't work out. I tried.
It came from your brain.
You actually had that in your head.
It was there. It sounded good the way it sounded. Think about
This
it.
is what it sounded like. Bird
About 3, 4, 5
flying
about
in the
that.
circle. You turn it.
All right, number 9, the modern toilet, 1872. Now that's surprising to hear. As much as we boo-boo and do everything else, the toilet was just made in 1872 by Thomas Elkins.
Let me ask you this: how close do you think 1872 is to 2024?
I was born in 1972, so if you subtract 1972 from 1872,
Don't forget to carry your one.
yeah, I was gonna carry the one. But
How
that's
many
a long
years is
time.
that, bro?
That's a lot of time.
Yeah, but you gotta think, man. People use
124.
You know,
It was
even
other stuff
Even in
before.
in the 40s and 50s, they were using outhouses.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can remember going to the country and still having to use our outhouse, believe it or not, as a child.
Yeah, everybody didn't have the toilet still.
Oh no, this got to be a Queen Elizabeth toilet, because Elkins invented the chamber commode, which is essential toilet that featured a mirror, a book rack, a washstand, a table, and an easy chair.
Yeah, that was for the queen.
I ain't never heard of that kind of toilet. I ain't never seen that kind of toilet.
What is it called again?
It's called the modern toilet, made in 1872 by Thomas Elkins.
That
Oh, chamber commode. Chamber.
Nah, you couldn't use that.
Yeah.
We couldn't use that.
Nah, that's too much going on.
Because somebody got to clean that out.
Yeah,
You ain't fit sit your black ass on.
you
Come on.
you ain't finna get
bro,
comfortable in my
you ain't
house
finna
and
get
take a
comfortable
dump
in
and on some cushiony seats and get comfortable in, man, it feel good. Nigga, man, get your ass out of my house. And number 10, the home security system, Mary Van Britten Brown.
She was from where? Chicago or New York? New York.
Queens, New York. You're
Yeah, New
right.
York.
Yep. So yeah, that would make sense to us.
Well, she invented the camera system.
That was.
Yeah.
And her husband and they patented.
Yeah, her and her husband patented.
They patent the system.
Yeah.
Trying to investigate. That's all it is.
Well, now
She was
because
trying to be safe.
Yeah, safe, because the
Yeah.
neighborhood that she lived in wasn't really a safe neighborhood, and her husband was gone out of town, and she was afraid. So she wanted to invent something to feel safe, make her feel safe, because her husband take constant trips out of town. It wasn't just the first time, So
Gotcha.
she invented something. So that's what made me say earlier. Most people's inventions are from what they going through at the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she did. She invented something from what she was going through at the time. So,
Well, either or, man. A lot of these inventions are great. I'm still thinking about them potato chips, which leads us to our black fact that we can't take back. And our black fact is a maker by the name of Otis Boykins. Otis Boykins made the pacemaker. Boykins has patented 26 devices, but is best known is for his electronic control devices used to guided missiles, IBM computers, and also, of course, the pacemaker. His inventions were inspired by the death of his mother, Sarah, after she suffered a heart attack, and he was just 1 year old at the time. So with that, that's our black fact for the day. You guys have a good one. Peace. This concludes our show for Black Friday, and if you haven't done so already, follow us on Twitter at 52 Scott Podcast. Also on Facebook and Instagram at the 52 Scott Podcast. Also, like and subscribe if you haven't done so on YouTube.